guys know what? There's something in Bloons TD6 that has been bothering me for a really long time. And that is, what round can a super boosted middle pathway ultra boost make it to if he has the perfect map to play on? Because I mean, we test out a lot of different towers in Bloons TD6, but we never really test out the support towers, right? So of course, the first thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to jump in and create a brand new custom map. So with the custom map, I think a straight lane map would probably be the best, especially if we end up going with the bottom cross path for our ultra boost, right? So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get this map set up and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I'm done. Alright dudes, so here we are with the finished product for our new map in Bloons TD6. So I kind of went with like a forest theme because I thought the forest theme was like pretty cool. Now with the ultra boost, it's probably not the best fit for the ultra boost, but I think it still looks pretty cool, right? So guys, and now that we have a name for our map, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play and publish my map, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I'm done. And there we go, dudes. If you guys would like to play this map for yourself, there is the code. So let's go ahead and jump in to see what round a super boosted ultra boost is going to be able to make it to in Bloons TD6. So of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with a engineer monkey placed right here. And then after we place down our engineer monkey right here, I think I want to grab a larger service area and deconstruction first. That way we have a little bit more range, as well as we have a little bit more popping power as well. Plus, I think I want to grab a cleansing foam too. I want to grab cleansing foam because the cleansing foam is going to allow us to reveal camo balloons, as well as it's going to allow us to pop lead balloons, right? But before we grab the cleansing foam, let's go ahead and upgrade it up to pin. That way we have a little bit more popping power as well as we have a little bit more pierce. Now, I was debating on whether or not I want to go with the sentry guns because the sentry guns would have given us a little bit more popping power, but I think the pierce with the straight lane map is going to end up being a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll be able to find out at the very end, right? Now let's go ahead and grab that cleansing foam. That way we don't need to worry about lead balloons or camo balloons, and we can go ahead and do nothing but farm for the next like 40 rounds. So you guys already know the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and get a bunch of farms set up, and then after I have all of the farms set up, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back. Alright, so round 35, we have quite a few farms placed down, but our engineer monkey is falling behind quite a bit, so I want to go ahead and give it a little bit of a buff with an alchemist. And then with this alchemist, the alchemist does work on the ultra boost, so let's go ahead and upgrade this alchemist up to stronger stimulant as well as stronger acid too. That way, again, our engineer monkey has that little bit of extra popping power. That way he doesn't fall behind too far, right? Then I'm thinking about what I want to do for round 40. And I think a good investment for us would be to buy the overclock. Now, the overclock is going to be a pretty expensive upgrade, so I may need to sell one or two of my banana plantations in order to afford it in the next 2 rounds. But hopefully we don't need to worry about that, and we can afford to buy our ultra boost on round 40. Alright, so here we are on round 40, and there's our overclock. Perfect. So let's see how well the engineer monkey is going to be able to do up against a Moab balloon. So he was actually able to pop it, but it took a little while to actually pop it, which kind of doesn't bode well for the future rounds. Maybe once we upgrade our engineer monkey up to ultra boost and we give it a few more buffs, it'll be able to be a little bit more effective. So guys, you already know the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward up until the point where we have all of our farms upgraded to BRFs, and then I'll bring you guys back as soon as we're there. Alright dudes, so here we are on round 54. So we have all of our farms upgraded to BRFs. So now the next thing I'm thinking about doing, instead of going straight for the Banana Central, I think I want to grab the Ultra Boost. Because if I grab the Ultra Boost, that's going to give us quite a bit more popping power. So, let's see. If I upgrade to Ultra Boost, that's going to be much cheaper than going for the Banana Central. But we definitely want the Banana Central because we will be grabbing a True Sun God to buff up our towers. So for right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and buy the Ultra Boost first. Alright guys, so we just need a little bit more money for our Ultra Boost, and there we go, dude. So we officially have our Ultra Boost, and would you look at that, it can actually Ultra Boost itself. So we actually have a tower as the main form of popping power that can actually boost itself, so it's like its own supporting tower. That's so cool. So now that we have our Ultra Boost, I think the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and grab myself the Banana Central. That way we can make a little bit more money. And then after we grab our Banana Central, we'll go ahead and grab the other support towers and stuff. All right, round 62, we have just enough money for our Banana Central. Perfect. So now that we have our Banana Central, the next tower that I want to go for is I want to go ahead and grab ourselves the Permabrew. So the Permabrew is a little bit expensive, but now that we have the Banana Central and all these farms, it shouldn't take us too long to actually be able to afford it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the point where we can afford to buy our Permabrew, and I'll bring you guys back here in just a second. And there we go. See, I told you guys it wouldn't take that long. So now that we have our Permabrew, the next tower that I want to go for, I think it would be a good idea to move our Permabrew out of range of our Ultra Boost. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves the Heli Pilot and then move the Permabrew down to the bottom of the map. So now that we have our Permabrew moved, the next tower that I think we should go for, let's grab ourselves the Monkey Sub and then upgrade the Monkey Sub up to the top pathway. That way we can reduce the cooldowns of Ultra Boost as well as Homeland Defense, Call to Arms, and the Overclocks that we're going to be buying in the future. Alright dudes, so here we are on round 66, so I ended up grabbing 2 overclocks. That way we can go ahead and alternate the overclocks. That way when the Ultra Boost hits its max limit for how many times it can activate per round, we'll be able to have an overclock active, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and activate one of the overclocks, and then I'll queue it up to a tech bot. And then as soon as that overclock gets about halfway done, we'll go ahead and queue up a second one. That way the overclock is always active. Alright guys, I think it's about time we give our Ultra Boost a village. I mean, it's so awesome that our Ultra Boost has been able to last all the way up until round 69 with nothing but itself to deal with camo balloons, as well as lead balloons. But now that we're starting to get towards more of the beefy rounds, so let's go ahead and give our Ultra Boost a little bit of support with a Homeland Defense. But alright dudes, now that we're starting to make it up to the higher tiered rounds, I think it's about time that we start going for the Super Monkey, because as I mentioned earlier, we will be going for a Sun Temple buff. So let's go ahead and place the Super Monkey right about here. And then when we upgrade it up to the Sun Temple and the True Sun God, it shouldn't end up sacrificing any of our farms, as well as it shouldn't sacrifice our Ultra Boost, and hopefully it doesn't affect the balloons on the track too much. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and get the Super Monkey upgraded, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I'm done. Alright guys, so round 88, we have just enough money for our True Sun God. So there we have it. We officially have our True Sun God. So I want to try to increase its range with a village, but the village doesn't work. I think the only thing we can do is upgrade it up to super range, and there we go. We now have every single buff in Bloons TD6 on our Ultra Boost. I would like to give it some other buffs, but I don't think there's any other buffs that we can really give our Ultra Boost, right? I think if we would have ended up going with Striker Jones, we could have increased its range by a little bit. But, I kind of forgot about the change to Striker Jones, and then again, I don't even know if that buff actually works or not. So guys, now that we have our True Sun God and our Ultra Boost is max buffed, I'm kind of curious how our Ultra Boost is going to do up against the Bad Balloon on round 100. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward up until round 100, and I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright, so round 100, our Ultra Boost is actually correct, guys. He was able to deal with all of the balloons with the help of the True Sun God, of course. I mean, compared to the Ultra Boost, the True Sun God actually has quite a few pops. I have a feeling that our True Sun God may end up assisting our Ultra Boost a little bit more than I intended for this run. But because we're going to be using the True Sun God to buff up all the towers in the future, I might as well use it, even though the True Sun God should get more pops than our Ultra Boost, right? But alright dudes, because there's not really too much else that we need to do, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward up until round 140 to see if our Ultra Boost can contend with the reinforced Bad Balloon on round 140. Alright dudes, here we are on round 140. Our Ultra Boost was actually able to make it up until round 140 with all of these buffs. But I do have a little bit of a secret for you guys, and I hope you guys aren't disappointed too much. But if we take a look at our True Sun God, our True Sun God has 10.9 million pops compared to our Ultra Boost that only has 9.7 million. So our support tower ended up getting more pops than our actual main form of popping power. And the True Sun God ended up getting 10 million pops, and he is way out of range of the track. So it's a little bit unfortunate that our True Sun God ended up helping out that much. But I wanted to give our Ultra Boost the best possible chance of dealing with these balloons. And by giving it the True Sun God, we gave it the best chance possible, right? So I'm kind of interested, would the Ultra Boost actually be able to make it up until round 140 without the assistance of the True Sun God? I honestly have no idea, but I think he still would have been able to make it this far. If he wouldn't have been able to make it this far, maybe he would have been able to make it up until at least round 120. Guys, I don't know how much longer our Ultra Boost is going to be able to go, because this bad balloon has been on the screen for such a long time. I honestly have no idea if our Ultra Boost is going to be able to deal with this bad, because we still have the DDT balloons as well as the ZMG balloons to deal with as well. So, speak of the devil, there we have it, dudes. So our Ultra Boost and our True Sun God ended up losing on round 140. Our Ultra Boost was not able to contend with the Fortified Bad Balloon Challenge, which is super unfortunate, because I would have liked to see our Ultra Boost make it a little bit further. So our Ultra Boost ended up with 9.8 million pops in the very end, and our True Sun God ended up with 11.1 million pops. So again, our support tower ended up with more pops than our actual main form of popping power, which is kind of expected because our Ultra Boost is a support tower. But alright dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because we will be testing out each and every single tower in Bloons TD6. But alright dudes, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.